Hello, I'm Catherine Ockenpaw, and I chose GarageBand. This is a free app from Apple. However, it does require Wi-Fi to use. You can get it by going to the App Store with the blue icon with the App Store underneath it. Go to the search bar, type in GarageBand or GarageBand for iPad. An icon with a guitar will show up. Mine says open since I already have it. Yours would say get, and you would have to download it. By clicking it, will take you back to whatever screen you left it on. So I left it on like if I was going to submit it something, so it's on my songs. You can get back to the main page by simply pushing the plus sign. The main page gives you a choice of live loops. Live loops is the opportunity to just sample a piece of music. So this is an example of R&B. It's only going to play the first column. Okay, and you can see it opening. By when I push play again, I'm going to tap on some other things, and you can see I can add in other instruments that are on the other columns, and we'll add some extra layers to it. Alright, let's say I wanted to save that. I would simply push the red button. Now I don't wish to save it, so I'm just going to go ahead and go out. But at the top I want to explain a few icons. The first one is the paper one with the folded over. That takes you back to your songs. Right next to it takes you back to the original screen, so you have the choice of tracks or songs. There's a microphone. On the far right hand side there's a question mark. It highlights everything so you can find the different parts. Next to it, it gives you extra information about how if you want to change the metronome or anything else, or at the very bottom it has an extra help symbol. So I'm going to go back to the main screen. I'm going to switch over to tracks. This shows you all the different instruments that you can choose to do. I teach a Chinese unit, so I would want to go into the world one. I could push preview. It gives them an example of the guzheng. If it's something that I wanted to listen to further, I could download it. I don't wish to do that right now, so I'm going to leave that there. Now I'm going to go into the keyboard, and occasionally it will show up like this. Okay. And you just go to the red little button that looks like a remote there in the middle of the page, and it changes it to a keyboard for you. It also has the help symbol up here to tell you everything. And let's say I wanted to add how to add arpeggios or something that I'm not sure how to do. So I go down here, play arpeggios automatically. It tells me exactly how to do that. Play on the keyboard using a particular scale, like the pentatonic scale or whatever. So you can click it however you want. The kids can just get on there and play. Okay. If they want to record it, then they'd push the red button. So I'm going to go back to my songs for a second. You see the orange one? That's just where I tapped on it right now. It will not save it. The only way is if I went back in and saved it. So the next time I come back to this page, it won't be there. So for my song 3, this is it's Angels We Have Heard on High. The tick-tock in the background is the metronome. And let's say I want to add vocals to it. I can go over here to the microphone. If the microphone isn't there, occasionally they'll have a bar up there at the top that looks kind of like a wall. If you just click it, it turns into the microphone. I can push play now, sing along while I'm push the red button, and record. Then I can go back and play it, and it will show my voice over the song. Okay, so let's say my song's all done. I'm ready to send it to my teacher. So I'm going to go back to that folded piece of paper again, and I'm going to push select. I'm going to pick my song 3. I'm going to push share. I'm going to choose to send it as a project through Shobi because that's what we use in our district. It's not going to let me go through right now because I don't have an account set up. But it would go to them, and they would be able to listen to what I selected, or they'd be able to download what they have made and send it to me so I could grade it. All right. So how can you use it in other subject areas? Well, let's say you're a math teacher and you want them to learn their math facts. You could have them write a rap and put it to background music. Or let's say you teach reading and you're going to have them summarize the story in a creative way, so they write a poem summarizing the story, and then they could turn that poem into a song. As to how it works with Blooms, there's comprehension and knowledge because they're learning it as they kind of go through. However, it's got application because they're actually getting to play it and use it in creating a song from it. And evaluation, if they don't like the song, they can delete it. They just simply push select, push the button, then push delete. I don't want to delete anything, so I'm not going to do that right now. And then for the SAMR model is substitution. Is one way that they could do it. Here's a keyboard in class, or here's a keyboard on your iPad. Just play around with it. Augmentation, they have the tool there. It has some songs, but it's also going to let them add instrumentation or voice over it, so it's augmenting it for them. Modification, they're changing it up. They're changing how they want it, and then adding different layers, and then they're saving it. Redefinition, they're going in and they're starting their own song all on their own. Garage app is a huge app, and there's a lot to explore, and just take your time, enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.